Good evening to all our viewers on SpeedGaming 3, and welcome to this first matchup from the Demon Division here in the bracket stage of the Zelda 1 Randomizer Spring 2023 tournament. Moonwards and Phoenix here, your first matchup in the Demon Division. Shton versus Malkier. And joining me in the booth tonight, it is Magic Friends. Good evening.
Hi friends, hi Moojers, and good to be here for the bracket stage. These are best of 3 matches here right now, so we have a lot of racing coming up in the next 2 weeks to watch all of these competitors who were in the last 5 weeks of Swiss go head and try to make it through the brackets.
For those of you wondering, the Demon Division is named as such due to the, I believe the Demon is level 7. Which also means that the division is headed by the number 7 seed.
Well, that's no text, so we got a boomerang, and we got
Triforce from level 1, for certain, and the other one... That's either level 2 or 3.
Yeah, so we got some early Triforces. We got a very early level 6. Shton's in here before they even found the sword. Malkier's bopping things with the boomerang, and nothing's going down, so it doesn't look like we have 0 HP enemies.
By the opening in level 6, that doesn't look like first or second. You may be looking at shapes 1 through 6.
Yeah, there's nowhere where that's the correct shape for either of those dungeons, so... those were danger noodles, but they were not as dangerous as normal. They still got Shton, but they were going down to the boomerang, so we do have 0 HP bosses on.
That's gonna be interesting, that's for certain. Malkier, meanwhile, does find the wood sword within the first 90 seconds of the race.
He finds the white sword within the first 90 seconds of the race as well, although it doesn't have any heart containers yet. But Death Armor today with our weapon upgrade. And it doesn't look like we have extra candles on either, so we're going to have to pay for one of those.
Not too far behind Malkier to find the wood sword. White sword, white sword. Do we have vanilla items here?
Well, first indication, but sure, but probably need 3 or 4 more items before you can truly confirm that.
Absolutely, it's still very early, but it's a possibility.
Just in case any of you are jumping in for one of the first streams of this season, this is random percent. So our runners today are figuring out what the flags are for the seed as they go. There's a lot of flags that are either 50-50 or maybe like 25% chance on a bunch of different things. And as we go, we'll give you the call on what we think the flags are for the seed.
Another thing to note, you'll notice that the old men are having odd characters for their text. That will mean today that the book is not just not needed to understand old men. The hints are actually blank today. Runners are on their own.
Yeah, we have second quest enemies. I think I saw a red bubble in that level 6 that Shton was in for a second. But the second quest enemies are going to be shooting a lot of extra range weaponry at us.
Interesting notes already. Bomb price is quite affordable at a mere 7 rupees a piece.
And we also saw that Malkier was able to push the left hand gravesite instead of the right-hand one, so we at minimum have mixed quest overworld. We might have second quest overworld.
That is quite true. Malkier going back to the starting area, seeing if we can find anything around here. At level 9, just west of Vanilla Start.
It's a nice place to have your level 9. You can, whenever you get that last Triforce, if you don't have any kind of transportation like a recorder or something, you can just up A and go get, go get the fairy fountain just to the north of the Deadwoods, and then be on your way to 9 and very quickly.
One thing's for absolute certain, we don't have 0 HP enemies today. Those blue gorillas took a fair amount of punishment before dropping.
We also have blue gorillas on the overworld, so we definitely have some dungeon shuffles. I haven't seen any Lionos on the overworld, so if the gorillas swap with the Lionos, that's not going to be happy.
No, especially not if the Lionels and Wizards rolled into the same enemy set.
That's a level 7 out of Shton, and it does have a forward door, so fortunately we're not in second quest 7. We're either in first or shapes.
Tempted to say an early call on first quest 7. Odd placement for that. I think I'll decide with shapes.
That's shapes. That long nose should be a lot farther south than where Shton popped out, and it shouldn't go up and down like this. So it looks like we're on shape mode.
I know some of our viewers are going to be happy about that one. Oh goodness! And look at that map in 5. Woo! Somebody's been playing Tetris wrong to have a stack like that.
And here comes the map for 7. That looks like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, I'll side with you on that one, Magic Friends.
And I'm not sure who's the one being affected by the horror. Is it the shape or is it our runners?
We're in for an entertaining night of shapes and rounds of name that ink blot because I'm not sure anybody's gonna be able to name this one.
Shton doing a good job at farming these wall masters. They built up a bomb count off of the wall masters and then were able to clear the room in one shot. It's a dude looking left with a headband blowing behind him to the right. Okay, yeah, I can see like a karate guy with a headband, sure. Or a deer on its side, okay. It's some roadkill calls. Okay, so Malkier now is found a candle up here in the northeast corner. But the candles are about 70 rupees each, and we haven't really found any take-anies yet, or any secrets yet. So he's looking for, well, we found level 2. That'll help him. A lot of times level 2 has a lot of money in it, so.
It being some shapes, we'll have 2 items in here. Either that, or perhaps 1 heart and an item. Or maybe just 2 hearts.
We could have a heart and less than an item because the power bracelet ended up being underneath our armos item. So that puts us at vanilla, warp zones, and vanilla for 2 of our items already.
Follow that vanilla item path. Level 2's item is the magical boomerang.
Yeah, especially with starting with a boomerang already in our inventory. Not a huge reason to dig that out. Really just want the Triforce out of here, but we don't even need it, as our tracker Kenny on Renokai has indicated to us that with the shapes discovery of the first front half, we do have both 1 and 2's Triforces.
Oh, there's some news from the Forest Armos. You've got a boomstick seed, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, 34 for our medium secret, so that's a little bit helpful. A little bit over average.
Actually, it's right on average. Medium possibilities being anywhere from 25 to 40. 34 is right on the around the middle.
Like Malkier is making a run up towards first quest 1 as Shton checks off these things that Malkier already saw up in the northeast corner. Alright, that's a little nicer, having a camel shop more centralized so we don't have to crawl all the way back up here when we get enough money.
Level 5 located by Shton on the eastern Lost Hills.
So this is definitely a dungeon you want to dig out if you can do it, but we've seen this map and it's so gnarly. Shton having seen both the white sword and the power bracelet is more likely to think that this is a... Oh, we can't go anywhere in this 5 because our transport stair is Goma blocked.
Well then, that's going to have the recorder wait a little longer. Malkier, meanwhile, picking up the power bracelet from the Grey Armos. Malkier fighting level 7 as well, meanwhile, and, oh.
That is gonna make things rough for our runners. That means that we have second quest overworld, so that means that recorder is going to be very likely be required. It means that we have very little money in this seed, and we still have to pay for a candle, and we know we have to buy arrows now too.
Yep, that bow is going to be hard required because that recorder, that's 10 spots, I believe.
We've also seen multiple Gomas already, so we might have... There's a chance we have extra bosses too, which means that recorder would be required for any big dogger blocks we'd have. Like, that's a big thing to not be able to dig out of level 5.
Still fairly early in the seed. Shton can't complain about finding level 9. As we mentioned earlier, it's a good thing to have early.
Light Strike, there are times that we can have the bow be in level 9. There's a flag that says important items in 9, but it can't be in 9 if it's required to get one of the other Triforces. So you're right, it is very rare, but like there are ways to make the randomizer put the bow in 9.
Malkier getting close to candle money. He's about a dozen more rupees.
Yeah, it looks like, Shton now has the information that this is a second quest only seed, so that's actually going to be helpful for him because he can avoid a lot of these bomb locations and try to save a little bit of capital by not having to go buy any.
Attempt to grab the white sword at 4 hearts and no dice.
Yeah, I like that play. The amount of time it's going to take you to get up there is like a minute, maybe. But if you can grab it, it's saving you 4 to 5 minutes at that for the rest of the seed minimum. So yeah, I like that play, even though it didn't work out. Just work from Shton right now. I like this too. Getting up on Death Mountain when you know that you're going to need probably multiple dungeons items. Like, we're going to need the bow and the recorder, and we probably at some point are going to end up needing a ladder as well. So like, there's going to be a dungeon up here somewhere that's necessary.
Meanwhile, I like to play for Malkier here. He knows he has a candle money, and the moment he did, he up and aid and beelined it straight to a candle shop to pick it up.
Yeah, you don't want to get robbed in a seed like this, otherwise you're going to be genie farming just to get your overworld clear.
That's a feeling nobody wants in a race. Speaking of feeling nobody wants, Shton just got the rest of his rupees taken away from him. What a spot for level 1. Directly at the northwest corner.
Yeah, this could be huge for Shton. If they can find the bow out of here, then they can make a lot of progress on clearing up the overworld.
Assuming the large secret play is nice, or at the very least nicer than it did in an earlier race tonight.
Unfortunately for Shton, the last thing they got into this room was their last bomb, and it is bomb blocked in level 1, so Shton has to up an A to come back and get their sword back after getting red bubbled, and then go find a bomb. Shton, how did you do that?
I believe he retried.
Oh no, I mean he accidentally screen clipped. He was trying to walk to the right and just did the TAS wiggle on accident that made him walk back onto the left hand side of the screen.
Malkier, meanwhile, back in level 2. I think the idea here is to get the heart contained from level 2, plus the magical brine.
Well, maybe we can get a heart container out of this level 3 that Shton just found on the coast. Oh, thank goodness. These keys are going down in boomerang hit. I think the most annoying enemy in this game is 4 hit point keys.
You'll be hard pressed to find more annoying than that. I'll give you that one, Magic Friends. Absolutely.
They move so fast, and then you hit them, and they're just like, I don't care about that sword, I'm going right through you.
Unfortunately, Malkier goes down to a quad shooter room, and Shton will find a raft in level 3, and I think I've had enough information to say we're dealing with vanilla items tonight.
Yeah, sure looks like it. It's hard to, like, I recall it, because sometimes the vanilla can just end up being, like, 1 or 2 items, but at this point, if I'm Shton, I'm thinking, like, I want to get enough bombs to go back up to Death Mountain and clear up that level 1. Unfortunately for Malkier, it seems that the heart container in 2 is buried a little bit deeper than he wants it to be, so he's going to grab the Triforce out of there for a health refill, and then head out to go check some more spots. Man, it feels like all of these dungeons are also segmented, which is really ugly.
Heart container for Shton in level 3. And I don't believe our runners started with Triforces 1 and 2, but rather 1 and 3.
Yeah, it is 1 and 3, because we're on full first quest, right? Because we're on full shapes, which is the equivalent of first quest. So yep, we're on 1 and 3 now. So that means that Malkier actually does have a 1 Triforce advantage by grabbing his out of the level 2. And there's our Coast Heart, sitting where it always is, probably not going to get used.
Shton with the raft check on the East Coast. What do we have? We've got actually a decent amount of money.
It's enough for Shton to go finally pick up that candle that they've been waiting on for a while, but I don't know if there's one close enough before he ends up getting mugged again, and the mugger charge is pretty high. It feels like it's close to maximum this seed.
There's the candle pickup for Shton.
He's going to go make a white sword check here on 5 hearts with the heart that he was able to dig out of level 3. Let's see if we can upgrade our damage now.
We'll need 6 hearts to get that sword, which means the sword hearts did shuffle.
Malkier is back in this level 6. And if he can find the floor item in here, and if he can find the staircase in here, that could give him the wand, and that could be a huge bonus.
Especially considering it's a boomstick speed, if I remember correctly. We have firewood here tonight. Shton with the west raft check in. Oh, I'm not calling it firewood tonight. That's actually a pretty good haul. Hard
Yeah.
hard container and a medium secret? We'll save the raft tonight.
I mean, that heart container also means white sword, so yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, absolutely. That is Shton's sixth.
The white sword item doesn't roll ever higher than 6, so it can be anywhere between 3 and 6. So Shton has double his damage.
Actually, I believe that's 4 and 6, not 3 and 6.
Oh, you can't get it. You can never get a 3. I thought it could be 3. I'm probably wrong though. There's enough settings in this randomizer that everything can be. Numbers are kind of vague.
Shton not too far from arrow mining. Niter's Malkier.
And assuming that we have vanilla items, which everything we've seen right now suggests, we're going to need those arrows to get to the Triforce in level 5 minimum.
Into the Triforce room in level 6, picks it up for a 4-2 Triforce lead. Triforce in 6 for Malkier.
Malkier's going back in, gonna take a couple of minutes to see if they can find the wand here. With combat being a bit difficult this seed, and us not having any kind of like defensive or offensive upgrade yet, I understand the idea, and if it pays off, then it really could be beneficial.
Level 8 for Shton. This could be a tide turner right here. A magical key here. We'll have to see what happens. This will not be a push block, however.
Shton's got to be careful here, though. Only half a heart left. They gotta stay in this doorway to get this kill.
However, this is an interesting sight for Shton. It's an item, and we've got... Oh, yes. The fact that the book is in the shop means that we'll have a large shield instead of the book here in level 8. Shton finding exactly that.
So the other item in this 8 is the any key. Shton is up to 6 keys already, so I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up bailing it. If he finds the Triforce, I wouldn't be surprised if he just leaves. But of course, we'll get to our prerequisite, oh, you have 8 keys? Time for any key.
You called it right there. That is the any key for Shton in 8.
Alright, this could be the room that Malkier is looking for to get his wand out of. Ooh, no, it is just the transport stairs. A little bit of heart rate there for Malkier.
Might not be for long, though. This might be the room as well.
This is a push block in second quest, so yeah. Both of our runners fighting these danger noodles now. Jeez, these red noodles just need more than a bomb per segment. That's a gross number.
Yeah, land molas can be easy to kill, but if they've got that much HP, they quickly turn into a nightmare.
Yeah, it looks like our bosses are plus minus. They've got to be plus minus 4 because the land molas took more than one bomb, and Aquamentus took one sword stab from the white sword.
Yeah, that means a 2 HP Aquamentus. That's definitely a plus minus 4 bosses. Shton trying to put level 8 behind them.
Yeah, he really wants this Triforce now instead of having to come back here. It's going to give Malkier a little bit of time to clear out some of the overworld that he hasn't gotten to yet, and maybe even get to his... no, he's going to get to level 8 instead.
And Shton does put level 8 behind them. That's a Triforce, and with both items taken care of, level 8 in the dust. Shton now finds level 4 at the Forest Potion Shop, and this one's critical because if it's got the ladder...
Yeah, ladder is exactly what Shton is looking for in here. I'm still wondering what Shton saw in level 1 other than a bomb hole that made him decide that he needs to clear out these other dungeons first. Malkier is going to choose to take this big beefy shield. Does not care about the sprite difference because he's a wizrobe, so he doesn't even see the shield.
Quickly netting a few keys, and well, of course, not that far from the Anti-Key himself now. And speaking of being close to things, Shton's got his ladder.
Well, Malkier is following the right path to get to the Triforce immediately instead of kind of some of the sideways stuff that Shton had to do. So he's going to be able to pick up this Triforce and clear out level. If he doesn't go back for the any key, he's going to be done with 8 a lot faster than Shton was.
And that's if he doesn't go back for the any key, and he seems to just... he's leaving it behind.
Well, he's down to 0 bombs, so the last thing you want is to spend another couple minutes digging that out and not find the bombs and find a bomb block on your way there.
Strong point there. What a combat room to have for Malkier, but this is painful.
Malkier did, however, get here with his sword beams intact, whereas Shton didn't. So Malkier can try to clear this room, but it's going to take a minute. And unfortunately, that minute's going to be a couple more minutes, because that is a death to the Blues decided that it was time to surround and tackle.
Getting nothing but a door repair. Not what Shton needs right now. What if our runner's still needing to purchase arrows, and Shton's money dropping fairly dangerously low if they're looking to purchase those arrows now.
Whereas Malkier's having a heck of a time in this bubble room. He's got to avoid all of the red bubbles, because if he gets like with a red bubble on him, he's got to up A and reset. But then on top of that, he doesn't have balance for the Dodongos, and geesh, this is not exciting. Alright, Shton is into level 2 now. So he can get his Triforce out of here and pretty much bail. Pretty much this is just Triforce and go for Shton.
Shton knows very well that the item in 2 is not something he's got to be concerned about. That magical boomerang can just stay there. He's got the Triforce. Triforce in 2, 5-4 to Malkier's lead right now.
Well, those Dodongos tried to troll Malkier there, but they stack up on top of themselves, and they're like, hey, we can eat each other's bombs so that you don't get hurt.
Shton does pick up wooden arrows and one step closer to getting what he needs to explore level 5 and get the recorder.
Yeah, I imagine for Shton, this is heading straight back to that level 1 and trying his darndest to make it this the last trip on his run. The only thing that could block him in the overworld in that dungeon should be combat. Because there should not be any dig doggers in here that are going to block us. Since we need this to go get the recorder.
Target for Shton, and back into level 1 he goes.
Unfortunately for Shton, he does end up getting the first bomb hole, so he can try to get through the rest of this dungeon with the 2 he has left.
Something right there, but no.
Malkier has found his Triforce at 4, but he's on half a heart and still hasn't found the ladder. Oh no, that's not what you wanted to walk into.
And speaking of what you don't want to walk into, Shton just found a possible push block in level 1, but it's guarded by 6 blue whiz robes. Oh, you talk about pain. That one's ranking right up there.
Oh, thank goodness we don't have to do that room.
Yes, indeed. That's a Bowen 1 for Shton, and he's immediately saying, I don't want to deal with this place anymore. I'm out.
Alright, Malkier has the Triforce in 4, and he's probably got to go back in and get that ladder, though. Yep, he's going to re-dive it with the full health and try to find this ladder in here. Shton did not need... Did Shton not get the Triforce out of here? Oh, that's right. I think they were out of bombs in this room. So they couldn't get to the back half of the dungeon. They found the ladder, but not the Triforce. Alright, there we go, Malkier. With the ladder, he'll be out of level 4 now. And now it's time for Malkier to start digging out the overworld again. Because he still needs to find this level 1.
Then there's the problem of getting arrows.
And getting arrows while we still have enough money for them. Alright, that's number 5 for Shton. He is on his way out of 4. Let's see where Shton heads to next. I assume it's level 5, but who knows?
bow, has the arrows. Level 5 seems like a safe bait. Safe bet. Better.
No, we don't want to bait block in here. We don't have enough money for that.
Yeah, there are only so many rupees in the seed.
Well, you see their cheap bait is 64 this time, so...
Picks up the coast heart. Got one step close, hoping to get his white sword now, but we know the answer is 6 hearts and not 5.
Well, this level 5 is Wizrobe and Lino dungeon. Ugh, this is a gross dungeon. So Malkier gonna up A, he's gonna go check this white sword and be grossly disappointed. Whereas Malkier has 6 bombs, but has to clear out this blue Wizrobe room.
At least he got the bomb hole.
Yeah, at least the bomb hole opened up this time, but this is not a pretty thing. You know pretty much you have to go through here. Shton's seen most of the overworld, so they've seen all the, that many of the power bracelet slots are the take any. So he's like, yep, I need this recorder to find my level 7, or I need this recorder so I can toot to my level 7, but it's probably in this room.
A reset for Shton with only 2 blue Wizrobes left. You gotta love that play.
Oh, I thought that Wizrobe was going to shoot him in the back.
And at this point, Shton just hoping that he doesn't need to clear this room. That's promising.
Well, remember, level 5 naturally has a staircase, so 2 out of the 3 of the staircases on this side are still going to be transport ones to another section on this side. So this may pop right back out. Hopefully this pops out in the Wizrobe room. That is not what Shton wanted to see. That means it's very likely that Wizrobe room must be cleared to get our item.
Still open rooms, though. Malkier doesn't know it, but he's closing in awfully quickly on that level 1. And of course, the Compass and 5 playing the old Triforce is in the next room trick. And Shton off to pick it up.
I wonder if this is more for heart refill than anything else. You don't want to go into that Wizrobe room with only 1 hit to spare. Because if you use 3, 4, 5 of your bombs, you get them, and then the last one just gets a lucky shot off, you feel miserable. But it looks like they're actually bailing completely, and they're going to go try to look at this 6.
That 1 is possible, but at the same time, Malkier is going to be closing in pretty quickly here on this bow and 1.
Mr. Cab, it looks like we started with the wood boomerang, and everybody has and we're on vanilla dungeon items, so we haven't filled them in yet, but it is vanilla dungeon items from everything we can tell. We do seem to have extra bosses on. Oh, okay. I was going to say, if that big dog was a shutter door, man, Shton would have been very mad. But Shton is able to get their Triforce, and guess we know where 7 and 9 are. So Shton's just banking on the fact that we don't need this recorder because we found everything already.
Malkier getting shot in the back by a blue whiz robe and will be sent back to start.
Let's see if Malkier makes the same play that... They're getting the Triforce here, probably for a health refill. Let's see if Malkier makes the same play that Shton did and try to bypass that room, or if he just decides to get the kill in that room.
Shton now off into 7 with that 7-6 Triforce lead. Maybe you're right, Magic Friends. That corner might not be needed after all. However, that's needed on Malkier's side. That's a bow in level 1.
Yes, and we're on full shapes, we're on vanilla first quest items, and we have all of our overworld, we have all our dungeons found, so now it's just a matter of Shton cleaning up, and if you are rooting for Malkier, you're rooting for Shton to hit a Dig Dogger block. Something, because Shton left 5 without the recorder. It seems like it's underneath a reverse C with 8 wizards.
Block. That seems like that room seems like it's a problem for Shton as he's forced to up an A. Arrows to go along with that bow from Malkier, and he's going to be off to, I believe, either 5 or 7 next. Reminder for those of you wondering, this matchup is in the Demon Division, named as such due to the fact that level 7 is in First Quest Demon Dungeon. And also, that is where the 7th seed is leading the way. That number 7 seed is Deerwolf. Meanwhile, Shton with the Triforce in 7, he's got to stick to 9. Time to get to 9 and start looking for, what are we looking for, Magic Friends?
We're looking for the Roar of Ganon, which means we will hear Ganon if we're a room away from him, screaming his head off. We're looking for the doorway to Zelda. That's the shutter door that does not open if we clear the enemies, or automatically opens if we have the Triforce. And we're looking for the 1 out of 10 staircases that has our silver arrows, which are required to defeat Ganon.
Of course, what's level 9 without our old friend Patra?
Look, we need pig, kebabs, and someone to eat it with. Alright, so here goes Malkier. Probably going to be grabbing a pack of bombs, because that's all they can afford right now, but probably going to be making their level 5 dive here to try and get that second last Triforce of theirs, and possibly a recorder. Like we said, if you're waiting for Malkier, you want to see that required recorder spot.
Question in chat. Winner of this series does play Deerwolf in round 2. That is correct.
Yeah, and of course we have, Shton may actually prefer to see the rendering before he sees these, before he sees the summoners, because this dungeon is nasty.
Oh, Malkier going a little too far in the doorway here in level 5, and will lose all the progress and all the bombs used to try and clear this room. Oh, that's ill-timed. That's ill-timed.
Yeah, and this just isn't a room where it's easy to get these stabs off using the door trick, because they're generally going to gravitate towards you, but then on top of that, they can never really be on that second column. They're always going to teleport back through it and just kind of be in the way of that doorway. Looks like he's also agreeing with that. He's going to farm some of these enemies on the outside here, try and build up some rupees to buy these 7 rupee bombs that are in the shop right here. Maybe we can get one more fiver by resetting. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go back into the dungeon. That's going to reset the overworld, and then try to clear that out and get a full 8-pack.
This room for Shton, not without its pain either.
Yeah, the enemy sets today have been doing a lot of damage to our runners, and Malkier is an hour into the seed on 5 hearts, and Shton is at 6, so neither of our runners are very healthy for a race that has a lot of damage in here.
This is the staircase Shton's been waiting for. Nope, just another transport.
A lot of times if the runners have the silver arrows, you'll see them skipping these transports, but here, by taking this one, it's going to clear off 2 different locations for Shton, because it's going to show him the indoor and the outdoor. So, trying to get as many of these staircase possibilities as possible.
Malkier doing some nice work on these blue whiz robes. Might get his recorder. 1 whiz robe remaining. And knocked down. And it does push. Oh, what a disgusting spot to hide your recorder. Malkier's got it.
I don't think we've seen Zelda yet. Okay, this will end up working out for should end up working out for Malkier. They're going to check this room. They're going to see that they're going to take the transport, and it's going to probably hunt them right out next to that Triforce.
Meanwhile, Shton finds part 3 of the puzzle. There's Zelda.
Ooh, Malkier taking a pretty bad death there, fighting off the Linos that's only 1 square away from his Triforce, but that might actually help because he may end up saving a key going this way. If he goes south from this transport, then he will find the Triforce.
Shton's hunt for Room 9 continues.
Ugh, and Malkier's got to get back through that wizard room. Alright, this bomb hole's going to take Shton to some space that he hasn't seen yet. Ooh, we don't want to do it that way though. Oh, that room is murder in a can.
Oh, that is one smart candle boost.
Yeah, that was a good candle boost there. That room, you have no way to hide in the doorway, you have no place to go when they spawn, but really well done there.
This could be golden for Shton right here. He's not gonna.
Yeah, he's not going to complain about that. It's more bronze than golden, but finally something to survive just deadly combat.
I mean, at 6 hearts, again in fight, if he's not 0 HP, one high roll driver and you're set back to start.
Yeah, if he were going at this health right here, even that would still be 2 hearts of damage with red mail.
High roll driver with red mail is 1 heart damage.
So yeah, if we go in at like 3 hearts or 4 hearts, we still definitely could be taking a lot of damage here. But Malkier is out of bombs again. They up-aid and did not find the Triforce in 5. Yeah, this really is, I don't want to say this is a seed in which the raft may have actually been the biggest difference between these two runners right now, because the raft led to enough money for Shton to get his candle and the 6th heart container that is the difference between Shton having a white sword right now and Malkier only having his wood sword.
It's been some time since we've seen a raft be a difference in a seed.
I mean, especially in a scene where there's no dungeon on a raft tile, but the raft was finding the raft in 3 was entirely the difference in this scene. And ever since, Shton got his white sword in about 20 minutes, and ever since the lead has just been slowly but surely growing between not having to use as many bombs in combat and being able to get through rooms a little bit faster.
There's the 6th heart container from Malkier, and he will be trying to get his hands on that white sword, which we know it'll be his very shortly.
So there's that Zelda room again.
Here's a possible problem for Shton. Shton's out of bombs.
Yeah, I think that's why he came back to this wizard room, was to hope that they would drop something, but no dice.
This could be worrisome.
Well, one benefit is, I don't think we've seen... I don't know, maybe Chet can help us out. I haven't been paying full attention to Shton's side, but have we seen any Dig Dogger blocks in here?
Doggers have blocked much so far. That can change at a moment's notice, and that can turn this race on its head.
Well, Shton has either decided that they don't have the correct gear to be able to clear this out, which will probably include go buy some bombs, and if we don't have enough hearts at that point, click the refresh button on our at our fairy fountain.
Quick reset of the room with only 2 whiz ropes to go.
If I'm Malkier, I kill one of these whiz robes and then I leave, because that'll lock the room to having one whiz robe left. That'll be a lot easier for him to get back through it.
Shton just restocked on bombs and is back in 9 trying to finish it off.
Yeah, he must have felt that the last place he could go was bomb blocked. He's seen all the left side. He's seen all of the... Basically, the northwest and southwest sides are clear. He just has, like, some spots in the northeast.
Uh-oh. Malkier's in a little bit more trouble. Now he's out of keys.
Yeah, he used his last key, which found him the compass, but now he doesn't have a way to get to it. He's about to be out of arrows, too, if he's not careful. Oh no, now he's going to find the compass and realize he has no keys to get through this door. Oh, we've got a roar, too. Since we came in from the bottom, Ganon is either in this upper right corner or just to the left, and he's got his cylinders in his closet.
Shton's got part 1 of the puzzle. Ganon right next door for part 2, and Shton knows the location of Zelda. That's part 3. He's got to connect. He's got to get to it in 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 18 seconds. We've got our first Ganon sighting of the day. Shton seen the pig.
Oh, he's in Hyrule Gutter range, so be careful. Pile driven right into the ground. Shton's gonna have to kick out of that one to get back up to Ganon again.
Knows the pat, however. Malkier's starting to run out of time.
Yeah, Malkier has gone to 7 to try and get the Triforce out of his 7 and hopefully find a key or 2 while he's here, because he can't even afford to buy a key. This suit has not been friendly to any of Malkier's numbers, rupees, keys, or bombs. Yeah, you know it's been rough when you're resorting to sorting down Pole's voice when you have the bow and arrows in your backpack, just because you can't afford to spend that much rupee. Matt, it might have been to save to get the bombs back again, but I also am not sure. Well, he's going to have these silver arrows, and this time he's going to have 2 hearts instead of a heart and a half to try and deal with this Ganon. Whereas Malkier is dodging quad fire damage from every place.
Tip number 2 for Shton on Ganon. See how this one goes.
Alright, got 2 hits in before we drop the sunlock. And now 4, 5.
More.
Alright,
Or
that's
maybe
6 hits. With our plus minus, Ganon is down. Now it's just a matter of Shton heading back to the Zelda's room he knows about. And he will take game 1 of this series.
There is the door. All right, everybody, get your GGs out for your race winner here tonight. It is Shton. An official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 24 seconds. Shton will take the 1-0 lead over Malkier in the best of 3 series.
Akoto, the boomerang is marked right now because the runner started with the boomerang. One of the runners saw the boomerang into, so we marked that we had seen the magical boomerang into, but they both started with the wooden boomerang, so they didn't actually pick that up at all. That's where your confusion's coming from. The boomerang in this seat is in 1, and the magical one is in 2. It got marked a little weird on our tracker. That's all.
Joining us in the commentator's booth, race winner tonight, Shton. GG's and congratulations on the 1-0 lead.
Oh, GG's, thank you. I was making a big mess of that 9 and just kept checking race time to see Malkier's not done.
Well, right now, Malkier's still going back into 5. They, just like you, they had a terrible time with the resources in this seat. How did that fare for you?
It was frustrating. I think I was 25 or 30 minutes in before I pieced together that it was vanilla items, and so once I realized that, I felt behind. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't get very far in 1. I think that was keys. 5 was arrow blocks. Something I think was ladder blocks. So it was a tough seed, but unless he right ordered it, it was going to be tough for both of us. So
yeah, if I remember correctly, you got to 1 on your last bomb in Death Mountain, and then the first room in 1 required a bomb to get through.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, I remember retrying after I clicked. I didn't know if I was ever going to get enough money for a candle, so that was the reason for the early Death Mountain. I was really looking for money to buy a candle.
Alright, Malkier now has all 8 pieces of the Triforce, burns his Triforce piece as he picks it up, and he will be headed to his level 9 to start his dig. So, Shton, what do you take a guess what item probably won you this seed?
Won me the seed? I don't know. Was there a ladder block that I was missing? I mean, once I found ladder, I just started zooming.
We're pretty sure that it was the raft, actually.
Oh, really?
The raft got you enough money to buy your candle, and it got you the 6th heart piece to get your white sword.
To get the white sword.
Malkier just picked up his white sword at 58 minutes. There were no hearts anywhere in these dungeons. They were all way in the back, so there's no way to pick up anything.
Okay. I did not. I just put X's on my raft spots. I didn't remember what I'd picked up there. So.
Your raft turned into a white sword and a candle to find everything else, and then from there, that white sword advantage plus the knowledge of where level 1 was pretty much just let you keep creeping a little bit farther ahead every time.
Well, I knew I didn't need, recorder. I knew I didn't need wand or red candle, and so I full cleared 8. But my combat is not necessarily great enough that I can just waltz into level 9 with 6 hearts and green tunic. So luckily, I saw every stair in 9, which included the red ring. So that definitely helped.
Yeah, and as our tracker, Kenyon Renakai, is pointing out, we didn't even see our large secret, which is probably hiding under a recorder or a power bracelet slot. So this seed, it didn't want to give you bombs, it didn't want to give you keys, it didn't want to give you, well, it didn't want to give Malkier keys. You found the any key in 8. It didn't want to even give you rupees.
Well, there were, I've got 6 bomb spots, not bombed on my tracker. I'm glad that I found all the levels before I got recorder, because it was definitely not required. That would have been a large time waste on a second quest overworld.
So you are now up 1-0 in this seed. Did you have any times that you think you're gonna have your next race?
We're scheduled for tomorrow night at 10 as well.
All right, Malkier. I'm not sure if Malkier is still running or if they're just pausing now. But they have thrown in the towel in the race time room. So GG's to Malkier. We'll get him into the booth momentarily. So, Shton, before Malkier gets here, are there any remorse flags that you're interested in seeing or not interested in seeing?
I've been trying to think about that from a strategy perspective. I haven't, perma beams would help with combat. I've been curious about turning on or off the fluting to new dungeons. Tempted to turn that off just because that would sort of, whoever finds, I got burned the other night getting the recorder and not using it, and then come to find out 20 minutes later it was whistled to new unbeaten dungeons. So it might be nice to turn that off so that, just forgetting to do something like that could cost me a race.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, get rid of the flags that you have the most difficulty remembering. So. Yeah, how many times did you have to buy bombs this seed?
I didn't buy very many because I think I only have 2 bomb shops listed on my tracker, and the bombs were cheap. But both times I have 3. I have 3 shops. But it seems like every time I was in there, I was completely out of money. When I left 9, I was heading to the bomb shop in the grave, and luckily found a couple of drops and saved.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you you saved the bombs so that when you were going in you had 8?
Yeah, I knew. I mean, I had at that point I had seen every set of staircases in 9, and so I knew there was a bomb wall that I had missed, and so or that I needed, and so I went ahead and saved just in case it was going to be super trolly. Luckily, it only took me a couple once I got back in there.
So Malkier's not going to be joining us in the booth. They are on baby%, but they are in chat, and they said that they had to farm orange moblins for money so that they could buy bombs, so that they could go back in level 5, so that they could bomb the correct room. Oh, yeah, that was a miserable sequence for Malkier. He had to find bombs so he could kill the blue wizrobes in that reverse sea that you died 3 or 4 times in Shton, and then got through that room and used his last key to go north of the Lionels that showed you where the compass was instead of going left to go get the Triforce. So then he had to leave the dungeon to go get keys out of 7 to come back to 5 to go through that one door that the Triforce was right behind.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so he didn't have any key then?
No, he ended up picking up the shield, but then he went towards the left, and you guys picked up the Triforces and 8 really close to each other, but he had come in a good 3 or 4 minutes behind you.
Okay. Well, when I found it, I think I had 6 or 7 keys, and I think that is when I realized that it was vanilla items, and so I was a little disappointed to see that, but maybe it came back into play later, because it does feel like I was opening a lot of doors as I was passing, just to mark that they were there.
Yeah, Malkier says it was about 3 keys max for the whole season. That looked about right. He was floating at 2 or 3 until that 5 hit, and then it just gobbled up everyone you had. Well, GG Shton, and do you have any closing comments?
No, it was it was frustrating, but it was a fun seed. GG's to Malkier, and I know there are a bunch of races tonight, so thank you to both of you for the commentary. I always enjoy going back and watching and listening, so I appreciate y'all volunteering your time.
Thank you for putting on a great show, and GG's to Malkier as well. Thank you both. Amazing race, and looking forward to seeing Game 2 tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Have a great night, and thank you both.
Coming up tomorrow, we have, this is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 races tomorrow, starting off at 5 o'clock with Zarnax and Potato Pony, and we'll be going until at least midnight with Vincent and Eat My Steel starting at 11 o'clock. So we will see all of you back here. Moonrisen, great as always to cast with you. Any closing thoughts?
Thank you for commentating with me, Magic Friends. Always a pleasure working with you. And thank you to Cami and Renikai for tracking for us. Trackers, as I often say, they are the MVPs. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. We wouldn't be able to do this without the SpeedGaming Network willingly, so graciously allowing us to restream matches on their channels. And most importantly, we wouldn't be able to do this without all of you, the viewers, for sticking around and cheering on our runners. So thank you all for watching. And go ahead, Magic Friends.
Yeah, make sure you give a follow to our commentary team and our runners, which the links are in chat now. And we will see you all tomorrow night.
That's right. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next time.